across the world. I mean, we should be doing a lot more to deter Xi in Taiwan. We should have been doing a lot more. Iran right now has enough enriched uranium to build 3 nuclear weapons. That's a pretty scary situation. And so there are things we could do now, particularly be more forceful in our deterring and our response to the attacks on our own forces, particularly keeping and beefing up our forces in the region so that if Hezbollah for some reason decides that they're going to escalate, then we have the ability to help Israel respond. So I would keep it focused in that region, and certainly mistakes were made early on. We could correct those mistakes now, but the only way we're going to correct it is to be very forceful in terms of what our retaliatory responses would be.
I guess the question for you that I would have is how bad can this potentially get? I mean, things seem to be getting worse and worse and worse day by day. We have no resolution in Ukraine. Things in Israel and in Gaza are getting... It seems like we're not really making any progress there. How bad can things get?
Well, actually, Kayleigh, that was actually, Mark, you're right. It is broader. I mean, we're on the razor's edge in Ukraine. I mean, you know, Taiwan, razor's edge. The border is so unsecure, and we aren't taking any steps. And the Congress is still on vacation. They should have come back and start working 24/7. They haven't passed the supplemental. They haven't passed funding for Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan. They haven't passed any additional security for the borders. And you're right. I mean, they should come back right now, 24/7, pass those supplementals, pass all the funding bills. They haven't passed the defense funding bill. And the CRs are getting ready to run out here in a couple of weeks. So Congress is a big part of this problem.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are things going to be escalating between the United States and Iran? Are we going to be able to avoid war, or is it imminent? World War III is going to be coming as conflicts around the world are intensifying. And in addition to that, let me know your thoughts about the threats coming out from the United States, President Joe Biden, and our allies against Iran. Are they empty threats? As we've seen our troops attack time and time again, and literally we're hearing for every 10 attacks that take place against the U.S., there is only one attack response, and it is not matching the levels, and we are not sending the message. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, I'll be sure to keep you up to date as more information comes out. And in addition to that, if you did not hear about the threats that took place yesterday at capitals around the nation, be sure to check out this video right here next, as I covered it in detail for you. We heard 23 state capitals went into lockdown and had to do evacuations yesterday. Check it out right here next. But that is the latest, you guys, and thank you so much for joining me. In addition to that, thank you so much to today's video sponsor, and I'll keep you up.
Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Shalom. Before I get started, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere believers, the hopefully elect, listening and learning. So it's a lot going on in the earth. So much going on. In fact, it's hard to keep up with. It's only January 8th, and prophecy is jumping off the pages. It's a lot of calamity, a lot of rumors going around, going into what Yahweh Shai mentioned as a sign to look for in the end, that there will be wars and rumors of wars. Now, Steve Rams, he made the comment, is World War III inevitable? And the answer to that question is a definitive and outstanding yes. World War III is biblical prophecy. All these nations being gathered together continually for war is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. When you get into the scriptures and you study the scriptures, and the Lord reveals to you the understanding through the Rakakadash, through the Spirit, you come to understand that nothing that happens in this life, in this world, is a coincidence. Why are all these nations going back and forth? Why are they raging? Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? Well, the answer is because they're all jockeying for position for this new world order. They are all jockeying for position of power because their vain imagination is that whichever nation, whether it be Russia or China, or whether it be the BRICS or the current world setup, they imagining that they going to be the next world superpower and that they going to rule the earth forever. That's their vain imagination. But it was prophesied that they would be in this spirit. It was prophesied that these nations would be in a spirit of war. We're in a time of war. There is no peace. This is why the interviewer or the reporter in the beginning of the video, he said it just seems like things are just continuing to get worse day after day after day. Why? Why are things continuing to get worse? You would think if people had free will, if people had their own desire to make happen what they want to make happen, a resolution would have already been made. Because the other alternative is, okay, if we continue down this path, if we continue in war, if we continue to send troops here and send troops there, and we continue to make threats and set up these certain groups to work in our interests that on the surface level we can call them terrorists, but behind the scenes these factions were set up as a means to an end. And that end is to get these certain nations that are against the West to bow down and to succumb to the NWO. This is all what this is. This is a theater of war, you see? But if people had all this free will, why hasn't a resolution been made yet? If people have all this free will, why hasn't the U.S. government been taken down yet? Why hasn't a complete ceasefire been called in the land of Israel? Well, it's because there is no free will. Simple and plain. There is no freedom of choice. There is no do as thou wilt. See, everything that's happening in the earth right now to this very day was ordained to happen since the very beginning. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is the one that's controlling these kings. He's the one that's controlling these rulers, because make no mistake about it, the wars that are happening in the earth right now, these are not wars between the common people. These are wars between the rulers. These are wars between really spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, right now you got the East against the West. You got BRICS currency against the dollar. The average person, they suffering through these things right now. They don't got no control over this. It's the rulers that are warring between one another. You see? But it's really the Lord that put the spirit on them to be doing what they're doing, because they're not going to stop. You would think these nations would see, well, if we keep on doing what we're doing, we all going to get destroyed. Nuclear war going to pop off. Nobody wins. So what's the point in that? But no, they continuing on. They continuing on in this raging. Because why? The Lord wants them in this spirit. The Lord wants them to continue down this road, because ultimately this is leading to the battle of Armageddon. This is leading to these nations being taken out of power, and for the nation of Israel to be set back up over the earth as it should be. So this is the time of the end of the Gentiles, man. This is why things are getting worse day by day. This is why the dollar is crashing and no one can save this place. Babylon cannot be healed. So the Lord is in control of all things, man. Not Joe Biden, not Xi Jinping, not Vladimir Putin. They just pawns being used by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to fulfill his will. Because ultimately, when all this is said and done, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to be the one, are going to be the ones that's going to get the glory. You see, not these kings upon the earth. You see, Proverbs 20:24, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So a man can't understand his own way, because the Most High directs a man's steps. The fact that Salaki, the fact that Vladimir Putin continues to call out America, the fact that Iran is raised up against America, they backing certain factions to work in their interests against the West. China, same thing. North Korea, all these nations, they tired of the whore. You see? So no, there is no solution. There is no let's stop and sit down at the round table, discuss our common interests, and hopefully come to a resolution. It ain't gonna be none of that, because the Lord wants war. The bottom line. And that we can move on here to this article, because look, this just shows you that Amalek, okay, which is the so-called small hat, or the so-called JWOs, They don't want no peace. They want nothing but war. And wasn't it America that vetoed the ceasefire in Israel? All other nations, they voted for a ceasefire. America was the only one that said, nope, we want this to continue. You know what I'm saying? We want more Palestinians to be ethnically cleansed. That's what they said. Now, Israel, they talking about going into Lebanon. So they want to further escalate this war. And see, all this is coming down to the valley of Yehoshaphat. Okay, because over there in the so-called Middle East, that's where the real friction is at. Notice that America, they pretty much abandoned Ukraine. You know, Zelensky is now moving to America, and he about to be granted full citizenship. They not blasting that over the mainstream news, though. But that's what's going on. That's why you don't even hear about Ukraine no more, because that's a lost cause. They was already getting smashed in that war. So America said, hey, you know what, to hell with it. We need to focus on what's really important, which is the land of Israel. Because they know what time it is. We at the time of the end. And that Yahushua is making his way back. So the Lord is putting a spirit on these devils to concentrate on that region. Because they all going to gather themselves. All these nations, they all going to gather in that region to be destroyed. All right, so let's get into a little bit of this article. President Biden has dispatched his top aides to the Middle East, which it ain't the Middle East, it's actually Western Asia. You know, Middle East is a made-up term. But anyway, with the critical objective, prevent a full-blown war from erupting between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah. So they want to go up in Lebanon to so-called deal with Hezbollah. You see? This is the call to arms. Oh yeah, well we need to invade Lebanon so that we can deal with Hezbollah, so that we can take out the so-called terrorists. Well, who set up Hezbollah? Who set up Hezbollah, man? Hezbollah was set up by intelligence agencies. All right, mainly dealing with America. I'll just say that. All right. So again, these certain factions that are set up, this is all order out of chaos. We need to cause the disorder, cause the confusion, and then, our solution is, we need to go in and subdue these people. We need to put these people down. We need to put military stations here, and you see, this is what these devils do, man. All right. This is the hammer of the whole earth that we talking about, Esau. See, this is what Esau do. Israel has made clear it views as untenable the regular exchange of fire between its forces and Hezbollah along the border, and may soon launch a major military operation in Lebanon. And mind you, the American military, because America is backing Israel, they already sending destroyers over to the Red Sea to deal with the Houthis. They already got they got to worry about Taiwan. Okay, because Taiwan's election is coming up, I believe, next week. All right, Taiwan's so-called democratic presidential elections is coming up next week. And Xi Jinping is already like, hey, listen, we need to keep Taiwan under us in America, because they're projecting that the candidate to win the Taiwan presidential election, he's more Western inclined, so he's more inclined towards America. So of course that's already against the interest of Xi Jinping. And I brought it out a couple months ago, but America was quietly arming Taiwan. But with all this Israel conflict going on, and Ukraine and Hezbollah and Iran, America has been arming Taiwan to the teeth. All right, I brought that out a few months ago. So behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, you got the whole Cat Williams thing. All these things are distractions. This is what's really important right here. You know, what's being brought out here, this is the real news, man. Because this is leading to the battle of Armageddon. All right, which these devils, they want this, man. They don't want to stop the war. They don't want there to be peace on earth. They don't want peace in the Middle East. That ain't what they want. And clearly, because the moves that they making is anti-peace. The moves they making is anti life. You see, they want death. And this goes into many things. depopulation agenda, controlling the narrative, having control of the Earth's resources, not giving up the Western-led hegemony. This goes into many things. U.S. officials are concerned that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may see an expanded fight in Lebanon is key to his political survival amid domestic criticism of his government's failure to prevent Hamas's October 7th attack, which Hamas was set up by the CIA. So that's their own group that they used to produce a terror attack so that they could have the means to go in and ethnically cleanse the Palestinians, which killed an estimated 1,200 people and resulted in 240 hostages being taken to Gaza. So America, they and look, let me pull this map up real quick, okay? So this is Israel down here. All right, so this is where the devils is at. They trying to go up into Lebanon. They trying to take this over. So they trying to, okay, and they're not going to bring this out in the media, but there's also been resources discovered up here, okay? There's also oil in Lebanon, resources that they can take advantage of. So these devils not going to stop until they take the whole so-called Middle East. And best believe that them Arabs over there, they see what's going on. They already know. They not confused by the Western mainstream media. They got the real scoop on what's going on. They got the real intel. So this is why all these Eastern nations, they all going to come together and say, hey, you know what? This is the main problem right here. Okay, this right here is the main thing that we need to deal with. We need to deal with these damn small hats because they're the problem of the whole earth. In fact, Habakkuk 2:5 says he's a proud man and cannot be satisfied. That's talking about Esau. He ain't gonna stop until he got everything, man. Even though he already got the whole earth, but he can't be satisfied. He gonna always want more. You see, and all of what they're doing, this is all gonna lead, like I mentioned before, the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Revelation 16:12, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And this is all because right now the Euphrates River is pretty much dried up to make way for these kings, to make way for Russia, China, to make way for North Korea, India. These BRICS allied nations, man, they all gonna converge upon that land. And see, even America's own allies, it tells you about it in Revelation 17 and 16, that even the European Union, NATO, they gonna depart from America. Because why? Once Russia do decide to go up and invade Europe, all right, backed by China, backed by their allies, you think America is going to go over to Europe and defend them against Russia and all these Eastern kings? Hell no. America can't even defend its damn self. America can't even win wars in Ukraine. So how the hell is they going to go over to Europe and defend their allies from the more powerful enemy, which is Russia and China? They can't defend them. Europe is on their own. So you know what's going to happen? Europe going to be like, hey, you know what? They all going to come together. France, Germany, UK, Spain, Portugal. They be, hey, we probably shouldn't follow America no more because we see that we're being led to destruction. And then in the Middle East, America is backing Israel. And the whole world is against what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. So the target right now is on America and Europe. So the European nations, they're going to be like, man, F that. We out. We gone. We not about to get destroyed with America. Because if we go to war tomorrow and we get news dropped on us, America's still going to be there. All of us going to be done. If a nuke get dropped on France, every European nation in that vicinity is going to be done. They all going to be affected. They all going to suffer. So they're going to look out for their best interests and say, hey, it's time for us to separate. Okay, it's time for America, because really America is the one that's instigating all these conflicts. And you had Emmanuel Macron some months ago say that if America decides to go into the South Taiwan, into the South China Sea, Slovakia, France is not going over there. You see? So they already let it be known. We not with, going and sticking our nose into things that do not involve us. Okay, we're NATO. We're involved with the North Atlantic. We're not going to China. We're not going to the Middle East. We're not going to Africa or China. No, we ain't doing that. They don't got nothing to do with us. America, you on your own. So these are times that we're coming into, a time of sedition, even amongst nations that were once allies. This is the time that we're in. Look, the Lord is bringing the division upon the earth. Everything is being separated. There's a line being drawn in the sand, and it's either you for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua or you against it. It ain't no in between. It ain't no gray area. It's either you over here or you on the other side. Yeah, so clear cut lines are being drawn. 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, and all these nations being in the uproar. This is the Lord visiting the earth. Okay, this is the Lord visiting the earth which he made. He's causing the division. He's causing the contention. He's causing the confusion. Ultimately, to bring these proud nations down, and so he can get the glory. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest had plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and signs and effects and signs. So these are all part of those effects and signs. All right, Luke 21 and 25, signs in the heavens and signs upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. This is all what you're seeing. All right. So a lot is about to go down this year. You see, in the American military, they about to bring a draft back because they're short in every branch of the military. The Navy is short, the Army, the Air Force. All branches of the military are short 25% plus of recruits. And that's another reason why they can't even defend their own allies, because nobody wants to fight for America. They see, the American citizen sees that the American dream is pretty much done. The dollar ain't worth shit. The American military ain't worth shit. You see? It's all kind of confusion up in the military. They got Transformers in there now. They got moles up in there. Sissy boys. All kind of madness. Really, we're at the point now where nobody even takes the American military seriously, man. Like, you can go on TikTok and look at how the Chinese train, how the North Koreans train, how the Russians train. They hardcore. They out there, busting cinder blocks on their chests, fighting each other bare knuckle. Here in America, in the military, you got men wearing dresses. But this was once the almighty American military, right? Well, it's not that way anymore. See, we're in a different time. The guard is changing, and these nations that once said that were once weak, now they saying, shit, we strong too, and we want to smoke with America. And they gonna give it all they got, because the Lord gonna put it on their spirit to give it all that they got. You see? So hey, call Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that we're blessed enough to be in this time to witness the downfall of our enemies. And hey, this third world war, it ain't that far away. Of course, we know it's not gonna jump off full scale until the mark comes into the play. Once the MOTB is brought out, which that ain't far away neither. That's right around the corner. They already got everything set up All they're waiting for is a false flag, blackout, or an black swan event that they can use to put these certain measures into place to where you have no choice. Well, you do have a choice, but on the surface, it's either you're gonna take it or I can't eat. You're gonna take it. I ain't got no job. You know how it go. But bottom line, these are the last two prophecies left to be fulfilled before Yahweh Shai make his return, and before, Lord willing, we get into the kingdom. Revelation 16 and the third world's war, the third woe. You see, moving on here, just a few articles. All right. Matter of fact, let me this here. California to provide free sex changes for all illegals pouring through the border. So these people coming over the border, all right, which a lot of them are our people, Northern Kingdom coming over the border. America, okay, mainly the state of California, they're providing free sex changes for all illegal. Now, why would somebody that's coming from a foreign nation that's going through hell, they money not worth nothing, they can't afford food, they can't afford clothing, barely, they can't afford shelter, why would they desire to come here and get a sex change? Why would they desire to come to America just so they can be a transformer? But see, this is the wine of Babylon the Great. See, this is what America pushes to the world. They push perversion. They push confusion. There's absolutely no reason why you come from an impoverished third world nation that really America made your nation poor. All right. But that's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that. But that's a whole different conversation. But why would they desire for a sex change? They don't. But America is going to offer it to them anyway, because why? This is Babylon the Great. The prefix Babal means what? Confusion. This is the city of confusion, man. This place is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. You can just look at all the wickedness that goes on here, man. This place, look, the Most High is going to fuck Babylon the Great up, man. All right? He going to do Babylon the Great something terrible. You see, because, hey, it ain't, this place is completely turned out. Let's get a little bit of it. California has become the first state in the U.S. to provide health insurance to all adults, regardless of immigration status, on January 1st. And that alone is bankrupting the U.S. economy. Because where is... Yo, Esau wicked, man. Esau, yo, this devil is on next level, man. But see, this is what we tell you. All right? This man is bringing over millions of immigrants, millions of migrants, and he gonna give them all health insurance, which, hey, we not bothered by it. It is what it is. We want America to fall. So, hey, Joe Biden can do what he gotta do, but we just saying from an outside, looking in, why, as a president, why would you do this? Where is all this money coming from? Where is all this money to give these people free health insurance coming from? Who knows, man? They really, at this point, they just making it up out of thin air. They just putting numbers on charts, man. This means over 700,000 illegal immigrants will now have their health care covered by the state's taxpayer funded. So, look, man, this place is through. This place finished. So, over 700,000 immigrants that have come to California, they getting free health care provided by the taxpayers. This is where the money is coming from. Medi-Cal insurance system, according to a press release from State Senator Maria Elena Durazo in May. Gender-affirming care is a covered Medi-Cal benefit when medically necessary. A 2022 memo cited by the outlet states requests for gender affirming care should be from specialists experiencing experience in providing culturally competent care to a transformer and gender diverse individuals and should use nationally recognized guidelines. So there you have it. You see, America is through. This wickedness can't go on for too much longer, man. See? California is now paying for illegal aliens to get sex changes. Yo, hey, this place gotta go. All right. A journalist found dead after exposing Zelensky's expanding portfolio of luxury villas. See, so it's all kind of stuff that's coming out, man. Investigative journalists who expose Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky's rapidly expanding portfolio of luxury villas located in exclusive locations around the world has been found dead with severe injuries, indicating he was beaten to death. It's cold out here, man. This how these devils get down. Independent journalist Mohammed Alawi reported on the purchase of a villa for $4.85 million in August by Olga Kiyashko. Now, where is Zelensky getting all this money from to be buying up all these villas? I thought he was supposed to be at war. I thought his bank account was supposed to be cleared out, right? This man is supposed to be suffering allegedly, but he got millions of dollars to be buying villas all over the place. See? So hey, as it is written, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Okay, all these damn devils about to be taken out of power, man. Because look, all of them is being exposed. All of them is getting outed, man. You see? Another one. Michelle Obama's ex-boyfriend confirms she is actually a man named Michael Robinson. Crazy times that we living in. Michelle Obama's ex-boyfriend David Upchurch has come forward to reveal that, quote-unquote, she is actually a man named Michael Robinson and only became Michelle after meeting Barack Obama and having prospects of becoming First Lady. Well goddamn. I guess since the thing with Puffy came out, everybody's on a truth binge, right? But really, it's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's within the earth, man. Okay, and who did this vibration start with? Well, it started with the man of the Lord, all right? Starting with the elders and apostles, man. Bringing these things out. Now, the cat is out the bag, all right? Which I saw an interview a couple years ago. I forget, her name was Helen something. I think she was like a press secretary or something like that. But yeah, she made the statement that Obama was, the first G-A-Y, G to the A to the Y president. And shortly after, they fired her from her position, man. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But hey, everything that's hidden is going to come to the light. You see? There's nothing hidden that shall not be made known. After having prospects of becoming the first lady. So he's a sodomite too then. Ex-boyfriend. Hey, look, man. This is why America got to be destroyed. You had a transformer all up in the White House in plain sight for everyone to view. Last one we can close out. Horrific child S to the E to the X tapes of top politicians hidden in Epstein case. Now, we ain't got to get into this, you know what I'm saying? But the title speaks for itself, all right? All these damn devils, man. All these damn Edomites. Some damn freaks, you know? And there was another one that said, one of the young girls, like she was younger at the time, but she seen Epstein like going in on little boys and little girls, And before she was gonna come out and release a testimony, she allegedly offed herself. Which that's quite convenient. That she was about to come out and give a testimony, then all of a sudden she's not around no more. But we already know how they go, man. But hey, we're in a time of truth being exposed. Yahweh Shema Shai is shining a light on this dark world. And like cockroaches, man, these wicked ass people, they all scattering. All right, you got the elites of this world, they going into the bunkers because they see that nuclear war and the coming of Yahweh Shai is imminent. They about to be destroyed. Their time is up. Okay, you got these top politicians. All right, remember a couple weeks ago in D.C. in the Senate House, you had an S to the E to the X tape come out, and there was a senator breaking in a younger man's back inside the Senate House, man. So look, the man of sin, the son of perdition, all right, is being exposed in today's time, and they must be exposed before the Lord destroy their ass, man. This is where all this stuff is coming out. This ain't coming out for no reason. And this stuff been known. All this information has been, permeating for those that were looking for it. You see, but we're just in a time now where this stuff is being exposed to the mainstream. See, we're in a time of truth. You see? And everybody now was coming out and say, damn, like we've been lied to about everything. Like history has been a lie. Being told to go to college, go to school, get a good paying career. All that was a lie just to keep you a slave, right? The truth of so-called God and who the true people of the Lord are, all that was a lie. So look, man, hey, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, Call Halal, is doing a great work within the earth, exposing the wicked for their wickedness. And just stay tuned for more, because hey, as the days go on, it become more evil, the more exposure this gonna go down. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this lesson here. Hopefully this was edifying and straight to the point through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Shalom to the elect.